So there's books I have listed on the website I've started in an attempt to share the things that have helped me in one way or another with other people, hoping that it will help them as well. And I have so much writing and so many videos. I might just vlog it all just because I think it's easier to connect and I think it's easier to explain and a little bit faster too. And if I really want to help as fast as I can, then I might just do that. Anyway, what I wanted to share was actually that on this website, of the books that I have there, I've actually decided to go back through them and re-listen to them, because a lot of them I read 2 to 3 years ago. And even though it's helped me since, and I've moved on to other books and other podcasts since, it's kind of hard to remember all the things I got out of it then. And also when I went through those the first time, it was really about paying attention to what I needed to fix me, which is of course what you should do with books like these. But given that I want to help other people, and that I really think you can go through these books numerous times and get different pieces out of them, I wanted to share actually an example of that. But yeah, so I'm re-listening to these books because I really want to make note of things that not only have hit me and new things that are hitting me, but also the more I'm like paying attention to how other people are affected and thinking about their lives and thinking about how they want to be and the kind of lives they want to live, and just the more I'm paying attention to other people and how they act and the things they say, I'm finding more things I want to share with others. So anyway, so an example of that, I was sitting here and I'd been re-listening to Daring Greatly, which is a great book. I remember the first time going through it, just kind of going, shame. Okay, I have a lot of shame. I'm not really sure how to process a lot of these things. I have to be more vulnerable, to really feel like I'm living my life and be happy and relax and not really worry about other people's opinions. And okay, that's fine. That's the bulk of what I got out of it the first time. And I just kind of moved on to other things because it just didn't resonate as well with me. But rereading it now, after I've absorbed content from others, that's sinking in a lot differently. It's sinking in in a very different way. And I'm really thinking about, oh yeah, okay. And like I said, I'm just pulling new things and more from it. And one of the big things that I pulled from it that I think a lot of people, that it might resonate with, I didn't think about this much before I started, and I'm really tired, so I'm sorry for the inarticulateness of my speech. But there's this whole segment where she talks about shame triggers for both men and women. And so she was talking, a lot of us will understand and agree that, we have difficulty, liking our body, liking the way we look. So we don't think we're pretty enough or smart enough or thin enough or whatever, insert your chosen item or items, here enough. One of those big things one of the largest triggers that came second to not being whatever enough, is mom guilt. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, mom guilt. And then she was like, but this doesn't mean you have to be a mom to feel motherhood guilt, because she didn't just say mom guilt, she specified motherhood guilt. And I was like, so I paused cleaning my house to really sink this in. And I was like, what does she mean exactly? And so she's sitting here talking about how, it's not unusual for women to feel mom guilt in various forms. You can be a stay-at-home mom, but be so busy and divided, between the kids that you have, that maybe you feel like you're not paying enough attention to one or the other, or giving what they all need, or, being enough of a good mother to all your kids equally, or, things, or like if you're a working mom, that a lot of times you feel guilt because, you or people are like, oh, but what about the kids? Do they get enough attention? Are you afraid you're missing things? And so then you feel guilt because you want to have a career and, You want to be, you want to have your own, your own income and, bring that into the house, or maybe you're a single mom, so you have no choice. That's just what it is. Either way, there's, the working mom's guilt. But then she started talking about how, how there's the women who, don't want to have kids. They don't want to get married. So people are like, well, why aren't you married? Why aren't you married and have kids? Do you not like kids? Do you not want to be married? Do you not want to be with a man? Do you not like, do you not want that kind of lifestyle? And it's my first thought was, who freaking cares? Back the hell off. People can choose how they want to live their life. But the more I listened, I was like, man, she's really got this huge point here, because so many people, and I've heard it from, family members, previous family members, to other people that I've known. I've heard it from friends. I've heard it from all kinds of people say, yeah, I don't know if I ever want to have kids. I don't think I ever do want to have kids. I like kids. I think they're great. I just don't think I want to have kids. And that's respectable. Fine. You don't want to have kids. Cool. Like, more power to you. You do whatever. You okay, Luke?
Yes.
Okay. Patience, little man, all right? But
Staying so angry.
I can tell. So, there's this, oh, well, you're not enough because you're not married. You're not enough because you're not, like, you are married, but maybe you guys both decided you don't want to have kids. Maybe you decide not to have kids because you don't want that. I don't know. But I mean, it's always something, you're not married. You're not married with kids. You're married, but you don't have kids. Or you're married and people don't understand why you don't have kids. And maybe that's not because you didn't want them. It's because you've had difficulty. So golly, how crappy is that? Not only are you possibly feeling shame and, guilt because for whatever reason, there's physical chemical issues there with developing, children or sustaining life and creating life. But then people are gonna, well, why don't you have kids? Don't you want kids? Did you decide not to have kids? It's like, oh my gosh, like, how much worse can you make that? I mean, I'm only projecting. I don't want to offend anybody, but like, my brain goes to this sympathetic place of, oh my gosh, can you not, like, hound people, But further from that, it's even, oh, you have one kid. Do you want more? They should really have a sibling to play with. Oh, you have two. Maybe you should have a third while you're still young enough to do so. Everyone has these opinions on how much of a mother you should be or how little of a mother you should be. And it's like, so where's the great, middle ground? Well, there isn't one. I'm sitting here listening to this thinking, everyone's going to have an opinion about every facet of your life. And all you can do is the best you can do. You can smile, you can nod, you can say, this is my life, and you don't need to have an opinion in it. Can you close the door? I do not need to hear you going to the bathroom. Is that just like all boys, all kids? I don't remember. I don't remember. I think Emma did it for a while. I mean, she's 12 now, obviously not now, but my 4-year-old boy, he's like, it's cool. It's cool. We'll just share everything. But yeah, it's just, so I hear this, and I'm thinking, again, this all comes back to, we have to not, I think it takes a long time, but we have to get better about not letting the opinion of others get to us, because people are always going to have opinion. They're going to have opinion about every facet of your life, and it's your life to live. It's your journey to experience, and go do it. I mean, try not to hurt anybody, but right? I mean, try to be a good human, a decent human being, but don't, like, freaking cares. Be a mother however little or much you want to. Yeah, just live your life. Who freaking cares? All right. Anyway, just had to share. Bye, y'all.